Hello and welcome. I am so excited that you are here. Welcome to the Fed Up, Fired Up Masterclass. In this masterclass, we are going to be talking about the 5 secrets to go from being stressed out to being fired up about your life again. My name is Charlotte Conter, and I am the founder of Health Sheroes. So by the end of this masterclass, I'm going to show you how you can make the ultimate shift from feeling stressed out, wondering how you're going to get through your day, never mind week, to feeling happier, healthier, and fired up about your life again. And be sure you stay to the end because I'm going to have some crazy bonuses for you. So stay tuned for that. And please remember, for the next little bit, just to turn off your phone, because everything you are learning, everything you're going to be learning in this masterclass, you are going to be able to share and inspire your loved ones to do the same. So be sure to grab a pen, grab a paper, as you're going to learn some amazing tips and some hopefully some amazing insights as well. And get committed. Know that I'm here for you. I'm here to support you every step of the way. So before we jump into those 5 secrets, I'd love to share, you're going to hear me say this throughout, but your number one job in life, your number one job in life is to feel good. And, a lot of times when we are fed up, we are burnt out. And when we become burnt out, it's because we've been stressed out for a long period of time and then we've hit a wall. And when we hit a wall, when we're burnt out, when we've been stressed out for a long period of time, we are tired. We're exhausted. We are drained. Our energy is very low. We're feeling helpless, hopeless. Like, is this my life? Is this what my future is? I'm just supposed to try and get through, the day. I'm supposed to get through the week or month or year. And you feel like you have nothing left to give. Like, people are talking to you about their problems and you're like, I really wish I cared. I really wish I had something for you, but I got nothing. I got nothing for you. Maybe you're getting irritated or angry or snapping at your loved ones and then feeling guilty about it afterwards. And anytime that we are burnt out, anytime that we've been stressed out for a long period of time, it will 100% lead to changes in our body. We store that stress at a cellular level. So at this point, our body's going to be, showing us some signs. Maybe we're getting sick. Maybe our blood pressure is going up. Whatever that is, pain or aches and whatever that the symptom is, your body is now asking you or begging you to make changes to your diet and to your lifestyle. So let's talk about the impact of stress on our health. So for us to get sick with like a common cold, to being diagnosed with something more chronic like arthritis, cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and so on, it can only happen because of 2 factors. One, toxicity. So our bodies become overwhelmed with toxins, and stress is also toxic. So we get exposed to toxins from, yes, stress, but also environmental. Think pollution, air pollution, pollutants in our water, what they spray our food with, what they put in our personal care products, and so on. And then deficiency is the other factor. So first factor is toxicity, and then deficiency. Deficiency, either we're not getting enough nutrients because we need on average anywhere from 7 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. Or we're not absorbing them. And we might not be absorbing them because of poor gut health or because of stress. So when toxicity and deficiency are present in our body, that really makes us more susceptible to illness and disease. And this is crazy. 95% of doctor visits are due to stress. And according to the Center of Disease and Control, 85% of disease is stress related. So this is huge. Like, stress plays a massive impact on our physical health as well. Now, my background is actually in the mental health industry, and I worked there for over 10 years, working in mental health inpatient units in a variety of institutions. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, mental health industry is failing us when it comes to depression and anxiety. It is not doing enough. Like, a lot of times depression and anxiety is a symptom. And the first thing that we want to do is to quiet that symptom, usually with medication. And then we get you to own the symptom. So then, then all of a sudden we're saying like, you are depressed, you are anxious. And then the person walks away going, yes, I am anxious. That's who I am, or I am depressed. But that's not who you are. That's not who you were born to be. Depression and anxiety is a symptom that something's not right, something's not working. And it could have been, past trauma, or maybe it's current trauma or current stress factors that are causing these symptoms. But that's not who you are. I'm also a cancer survivor. And when I was going through cancer, they didn't say I am cancer. They said I have cancer. It's something separate, something, the cancer is a symptom. So it's really important not to own depression, anxiety. It's not who you are. So before we jump in, I would love to help you create a morning routine that's really going to set up your day, your week for success. And when you start implementing this morning routine consistently, it is going to transform your life. And as we kind of go through this presentation, just keep thinking in the back of your head, we want to be decreasing our toxins. So we want to be like gently detoxifying our body, and we want to be increasing the nutrients that we can absorb. So this morning routine does just that. So before we even talked about what is this morning routine, what are we going to do in the morning, let's talk about, how can we set up our morning for success? So when you create this morning routine, it's like putting on a feel-good armor. It's like, you're suiting up, you're going into battle for the day, right? Or you're about to enjoy your day, but you're putting on this feel-good armor. So if somebody, cuts you off if you're driving to work, or, somebody takes the cart that you wanted at the grocery store, or maybe the kids didn't pick up their toys, like you're okay. You're okay. It's not going to, throw you off course, and all of a sudden you're going to get angry and you're losing your power. So this is like feel good armor. So the first thing you want to do is you want to wake up a little bit earlier. You can wake up maybe even just like 5 minutes earlier, maybe 10 minutes earlier. I know there's, a big 5 a.m. club, but that may not be for you. I've got 2 young kids that do not sleep through the night. 5 a.m., I get some of my best sleep between like 4 and 6. So 5 a.m. is just not cutting it for me, but do what works for you. No, it's probably going to be a bit challenging at first, but it will get easier over time. And you want to make sure you're going to set that alarm, and do not hit that snooze button. When you hit that snooze button, it is like already saying, I don't want to wake up. This day is, how am I going to get through this day? Like you're already burnt out before you even start the day if you're hitting that snooze button. And you want to, if you're setting, your alarm, you're using your phone as your alarm, keep it across the room or keep it outside of the room. So you've got to get up to go turn off that alarm. And then the first thing you want to do is like open up the window or maybe step outside, get some fresh air. So it's really invigorating. I love putting on my diffuser. I'll put like peppermint or wild orange. Both of those are very invigorating, very energizing. And that helps me to like mentally and emotionally, physically wake up and get excited. And know like this is like progress over perfection. You don't have to, if you're like, okay, I'm going to do 3 things today, in my morning routine, and you only do 2, that is okay. This is all about progress over perfection. So go easy on yourself. Know that your routine will probably change. Be adaptable, like it's okay. And of course, if we're going to get up earlier, it probably means that we've got to go to bed a little bit earlier. So if you're used to watching that one extra show on Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever, know that, set an alarm in the evening. I've started doing this like 10 o'clock, setting that alarm going, okay, lights out at 10 o'clock. Or turning off the TV at 11 o'clock. So just be mindful that you want to be going to bed a little bit earlier. Okay, so now what are some things that you can do? Let's go through this list. So first thing you can do is write a gratitude list. Now, many people say, just write 3 things. But I don't know about you, on bad mornings, mornings that I'm like, oh my goodness, how am I gonna get through my day? 3 things don't do anything. They're not gonna do nothing for me. So I wanna make sure, like if I'm writing a gratitude list, and I highly recommend that you do the same, if you're doing a gratitude list, do not stop until you smile. Don't stop until you smile. When you smile, you have now shifted your energy. Now you're feeling good. And on those mornings, like, so some mornings it could be 3 things and then I'm genuinely smiling. On tougher days, it could be 3 pages until I'm genuinely smiling. But don't stop until you smile. Another thing that you can do in your morning routine is listening to a guided meditation. So if you're new to meditation, you might think like, are you kidding? Like, I hate meditation. I hear you. I hear you, because I hated meditation in the beginning as well. But meditation calms the central nervous system. It allows us to focus on what we want instead of what we don't want. There's so many amazing apps out there like Insight Timer, the Calm app. Those are great apps that you can do, that you can listen to. You can set the time, like, let me just try 5 minutes. Let me just do 10 minutes or 20 minutes. And then if you are a veteran when it comes to meditation, maybe you're doing this, like once a week or a few times a week, bring this into your daily practice and watch it transform your life. It is crazy, so, so good at like de-stressing and avoiding burnout. Step number 3 here, part of the morning routine, is taking your whole food supplements. This is crucial. When we are stressed out, we need more nutrients. When we are stressed out, we may not be absorbing our nutrients as it affects our gut health. So it is crucial that everybody and their mama take whole food supplements. And when you take them, my family and I take Juice Plus. But you take Juice Plus and drink a tall glass of water with you, because then you're also refueling your body, rehydrating your body. And that is a fantastic way to start the day, loading your body with tons of nutrients that it needs for the vital organs. And then that third step, so, writing your gratitude list, your meditation, taking your supplements, and then move your body. Moving your body, doing exercise in the morning. It's like, you don't have to do like this massive HIIT workout if you don't want to. Like, really, like, listen and honor your body. It could be, maybe you put on your favorite song, and maybe you're dancing for 5 minutes. Maybe you're doing yoga for 20 minutes. Maybe you're just doing stretching. Like, really honor it, listen to your body. What does my body need right now? Am I feeling energized? I'm feeling energized, and go do that HIIT workout, or go do some cardio. If you're not really feeling it, maybe put on some good music and just dance a little bit, or do some stretching. Like, honor your body and move your body, because that also helps to detoxify, and then you start pumping those feel good hormones, which is amazing. Now, you might be thinking, like, Charlotte, are you crazy? I don't have time to do anything else. I don't have the energy to do anything else. And I definitely do not have the time. I'm just trying to get through my day, let alone week and month. And then you might be getting to the point where you are easily getting irritated, with your loved ones, and then feeling guilty about it afterwards. And this cycle is vicious. Like, these are all huge red flags that we are starting to burn out. But I promise you, you're in the right place if you are ready to start feeling good again. And if you want to start feeling good again, it's going to have a direct impact on your kids or on your loved ones. When you start feeling good, you naturally start shifting the energy in your home. Like, it's crazy what happens. So whether you want to feel good for you or feel good for your kids, whatever it is, just start feeling good again. So if you would like to learn some simple step-by-step system that you can do to change your health and life for the better, you are in the right place, and we're going to walk you through those steps. So just briefly, I'm going to tell you my story. So I used to work, again, my name is Charlotte Contra, and I used to work in the mental health field for over 10 years, and a variety of settings, of institutions, and I would be working crazy amount of hours. And I was also super busy in my personal life. I played a lot of sports, went out a lot during that time. And I would be like, go, 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 and I'd hit a wall and burn out. And as I was running towards that wall, my body was sending me so many signs, like begging me to make changes to my diet, to my lifestyle. And I was like, I don't have time for this. Let's keep going. And that wall kept getting bigger and louder until eventually I was diagnosed with cancer. And that one really brought me to my knees, and I was terrified. I'd only known, a couple of people, a handful of people that had been diagnosed with cancer, and they had all passed away at that time. So I knew that I wanted to go down the conventional route because I didn't know any better at the time, but I went down the conventional route, and I also went down the holistic route. And I used an integrative approach to my healing. And as I was going through that, I really wanted to work on my mental health and my emotional health. So I dove into tons of personal development as well. And afterwards, I decided to leave my career in mental health, and I went down to the States and became a certified health and nutrition consultant and a certified raw food chef. And then I launched my first private coaching business because I wanted to dive deeper into my own healing. And some crazy things happened as I focused on detoxing my body, flooding my body with tons of nutrients, focused on maintaining my mental health by decreasing my daily stress and avoiding burnout altogether. And when I did this, there was a snowstorm once and I slipped and fell on the ice and I landed on my arm and lymphedema set in my arm. So this is where your lymphatic fluid pools in your arm, and it was very painful, heavy, limited movement. It was huge, like it was very, very swollen. And I called the world renowned cancer hospital here in Toronto and I was like, what do I do? What do I do? They're like, we're really sorry. You're going to have that for the rest of your life. I'm like, what? I don't think so. So I really focused on holistic healing using this 5-step system. And as I did that, I stopped the damage and reversed the damage within a week. And I thought, man, if I can do this with my arm, what else can I do for my body? I was told I would never have children naturally after going through chemo, and I was able to stop and pop out my 2 little monkeys with the help of my husband, of course, without going through fertility treatment, which was incredible. And it's not that I'm against fertility treatment. It was just like I was over spending time at doctor's office. And I did this following this 5-step system that I'm going to be sharing with you. And from there, I was like, man, if I can do this, like anybody can do this just by following the system. So I founded a company called Health Sheroes, where I empower women to take back control of their health using this 5-step system so they can feel empowered and then inspire their loved ones or their little ones to do the same. So these, my services are very unique because I combine my mental health background with my health and nutrition, and I combine that in my practice. And when you work with me, you are jumping on an express train because I'm combining 17 years of, mental health, education, of course, health and nutrition, combining all of that with personal development, and you will get to your goals much faster than you would on your own. So can you imagine just for a minute, not feeling down, not feeling angry or guilty about it afterwards, or even having more energy, to do what you need to do, or even to hang out with your loved ones? And can you imagine loving your body exactly as you are now? Or can you imagine not being triggered by other people, depending on, what they say or do or don't say or don't do? And can you imagine feeling like you have control over your life again? Or can you imagine feeling good, taking care of yourself, and then naturally inspiring? Just by taking care of you, you naturally start inspiring your loved ones to do the same. And can you imagine caring for yourself? Can you imagine putting yourself and making yourself a priority as much as you do other people? Like, what would that do for you? So now let's talk about this 5-step system that will take your health and your life to the next level so you can go from fed up to fired up about your life again. So the first step is self-care. And a lot of people are like, okay, self-care, this is like doing my hair or getting my nails done or getting a massage. But yes, those things are, those are adding to your self-care. But self-care needs to be done daily. Self-care is the foundation to feeling good, the foundation to living in a healthy body, to being happy and healthy. This is the foundation of creating that, and that is through self-care. So as we saw, stress plays a huge role on our overall health. And we hear this a lot, like, hey, how's it going? How are you feeling? Oh man, I'm so stressed out. Oh yeah, you're stressed out. Oh, I know, my kids are driving me crazy. I'm so stressed out. But what is stress? Stress is actually the adult word for fear. That's fear. So if you're saying, I am so stressed out, stop and think, okay, so what am I afraid of right now? Am I afraid of not being good enough? Am I afraid of not getting it done on time? Am I afraid of not being able to do it? Am I afraid of success? Because if I'm successful, then I'll have even more on my plate and I can't even handle what's on my plate now. Like, what are you genuinely afraid of? Now, self-care, as I mentioned, it's so much more than hair, nails, or massage. Self-care needs to move to the top of your priority list, daily priority list. This needs to be done daily because you've got to think, if you are trying to feel better, if you're trying to feel better mentally, emotionally, physically, it's like going on a long distance drive. This can't be done overnight. It's got to be done consistently. So if you're about to jump in the car and drive across the country, you've got to make sure that car is good. You've got to make sure that that car has its gas, filled up, the fluids are all filled up, the oil's been changed, that there's air in the tire, whatever that is, you've got to make sure that car is good. And this is exactly what self-care does. It makes sure that you are feeling good mentally, physically, emotionally, so you can go do what you need to do. So just think about this for a second. When you take care of yourself, when you are feeling good, this is going to have a direct impact on your relationships, because now you're not getting irritated what people say or don't do. You're reclaiming your power. You're like, I'm feeling good. You do you, I'll do me. Like, I'm feeling good. So it's going to have a direct impact on your relationships. You're also going to be more productive personally and professionally. Your to-do list is going to get crossed off faster because you're going to have more energy. This is also going to allow you to have deeper self-awareness, because as you have deeper self-awareness, you start knowing what you want instead of focusing on what you don't want. And when you start loving yourself more, when you start forgiving yourself more or showing yourself more compassion, you have more love, forgiveness, compassion for others as well. And when you are feeling good, this is going to have a direct impact on your immune system. This is going to allow you to dive deeper into your healing, and you are going to learn to manage stress and avoid burnout. Self-care is just huge. Okay, so let's go into step two. Step two is all about healing diet. Healing diet. This is crucial. So remember, I said there's two factors that need to occur in our body for us to get sick, and that's toxicity and deficiency. So we talked about toxicity, what are all the, environmental toxins, stress is considered toxic as well. And then deficiency, let's focus on deficiency for a second. So even if we are getting, so our daily recommendation is that we get 7 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day. So the size of your fist is a serving. The majority of people, the average amount of servings that people eat on a daily basis tends to be 1 to 2. So recommended is 7 to 13. Majority of people are eating 1 to 2. So we are extremely deficient. Now, even if you are eating well, maybe you're super fit, and you're like, no, I'm getting enough nutrients. I'm getting those 7 servings of fruits and vegetables every day, not a problem, but you might not be absorbing. We always hear you are what you eat, you are what you eat, but it's not true. It's you are what you absorb. And we may not be absorbing it because of this. The first system that shuts down when we are stressed out is our digestive system. This, you can see in this picture here, this is our intestines. This is actually where we absorb our nutrients. So if we are stressed out and our body does not know the difference between getting into an argument with our partner, yelling at the kids to pick up their toys, somebody cutting us off when we're driving and scaring us, or running from our life from T-Rex, okay? So our body reacts the exact same way. Our body cannot tell the difference. So the first thing it does is shut down our digestive system, which makes sense, because if we're running from our lives, we don't need to be, chewing on a burger as we're running from our lives. We don't need to be digesting food, right? So it shuts down our digestive system, and then that extra energy gets put into that fight or flight hormone so that we can go escape or run away or, save ourselves. So that makes sense. So even if you're eating healthy, you may not be absorbing it because of stress, or you might not be absorbing it because of poor gut health. Now, we can have poor gut health with symptoms and maybe without symptoms. Some symptoms could be, like acne, psoriasis, eczema, bloating, constipation, diarrhea, nausea, you name it. I mean, there's all kinds of factors that could be coming into play when we are having poor gut health. And just like our teeth can build up plaque, our intestinal wall can also build up plaque. And when our intestinal wall has tons of plaque on it, when we chew our food in our mouth, we break it down into our stomach, we break it, and then we move it into our intestines, and then we try to absorb those nutrients through the intestinal wall. But if that wall is backed up full of plaque, we can't, or fecal matter, we can't absorb that nutrients. So it is really important that we, one, take our supplements, so we're skipping our digestive system and all those nutrients are being flooded into our bloodstream, but that we want to eat clean. When we eat clean, that is like brushing those intestinal walls, brushing our intestinal walls. When we're drinking lots of water, That is like, again, like flushing out all of those toxins as well. When we drink smoothies, that is incredible for our gut health, cold pressed juice, and so on. So it's really important to learn what you can eat, especially when stressed, and what you need to avoid, again, when stressed, but even just avoid in general in order to maintain a healthy gut. Okay, step number 3 is healing environment. This is crucial, and this often gets overlooked in the holistic health world, but our environment is just huge. Creating some type of sanctuary at home is really important. It's important for all of us to feel safe, to feel secure, while like protected while being at home. Because remember, when we're stressed out, that's going to cause more fear. That's gonna and if we're scared and we're scared at home, that's going to be adding to our toxic load. So it's really important to create a home sanctuary where we feel safe. Now, there's many hidden toxins at home that can disrupt our hormones, that affects our mental health, our immune system, our gut health. So it's really important to learn what toxins can we slowly start removing. Many of us have spent more time in home in this past year than ever before, and our indoor air is 5 times more toxic than the outdoor air. So it's really important to have a look at our products. You know, in Europe, there's like oh gosh, what's the number? I want to say like 212 products or ingredients, sorry, 212 or maybe it's 224 ingredients that has been banned in Europe. Like, you're not even allowed to bring some of these ingredients into some countries. Okay. And then here in North America, in Canada, and the States, there's 12 ingredients that has been banned. So we allow all kinds of toxins into our food, into our personal care products, into, you know, our furniture, what we spray our furniture, and so on. So it's incredibly important to learn how you can create your home environment and make it more safe for you and your kids. And imagine, like, our kids, so it's like they're going to feel that toxic load even more. It's like taking a cup of salt and pouring it into your, I don't know, into a glass of water, or throwing it into a pool. You know, it's definitely going to affect those kids at a higher rate. So it's really important to learn to de-stress at home, and how to do that, and how to remove those toxins. Okay, step number 4 is spiritual health. So I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about the importance of feeling good. Remember, your number one job in life is to feel good. So I want you to take a look at this levels of consciousness chart here. So this is from a book called Power versus Force by Dr. David R. Hawkins. And as you can see here, it's really important for you, as you're taking your health or taking your life to the next level and you're working on yourself, it's really important to be very protective of your energy, like building a cocoon around yourself. So as you look at this chart, look at the bottom here of the colored charts. You'll see the lowest emotions that you can see there is shame, guilt, apathy, grief, and fear. So if our home base is, you know, we're chilling in fear, we're hanging out in shame or guilt, like many moms do, you can see that our inaction, or what we experience, tends to be inaction. So I'm just going to drink a water here. So what we experience is an action, which means if we're trying to take our health to the next level, or our happiness to the next level, we're not going to have the energy or motivation to even do it, because we're trying to force things to happen. We're trying to force and achieve those goals. So maybe this, you know, the levels of consciousness can be very fluid. So maybe you're stuck in like fear, and you're like, oh gosh, what if this happens? What if this happens? I don't know what, you know, what are we going to do? And then, you know what, you're like, F it, let's just do this. Okay, I'm going to, you know, I'm going to do this. I'm going to eat well. I'm going to order this. I'm going to do that, whatever. You start going into your to-do list, and maybe you move into anger, but then you start, look what you experience in that little triangle there, hyperactivity. So now you're like calling people, you're messaging people, you're ordering, but you're still forcing things to happen. And when we're trying to force things to happen, it is draining. It is exhausting. We can't be happy when we're doing this. We can't be healthy when we're doing this, because we're using a lot of energy trying to force our dreams or our goals to happen. Now, as you work on your health, as you work on your happiness by, even just implementing steps 1, 2, and 3, all of a sudden you start feeling good again. Now you're feeling more courageous. Look what you experience, happiness and productivity. Now you're stepping into your power. Maybe you start working on yourself even more. You're doing your gratitude list and now you're loving yourself. You're feeling joy. You're feeling a sense of peace. Look what you experience, synchronicity and extraordinary events. It's like your doors open as if by magic. You're like, oh man, I knew somebody that could clean homes because I really want to take that off my plate because my energy is better used doing what I love to do. And then somebody says, oh man, I just hired this amazing, cleaning company. They're brilliant. And you're like, oh my goodness, I was just thinking about this yesterday. It's like things start happening as if by magic. This is how you step into your power. This is very expansive. When we're trying to force things to happen, it's very contracting. Think of a turtle, pulling in its head like, oh, I don't want to see the world. I don't want to do anything. But when you step into your power, it's very expansive. This is where you can start attracting, because when we feel these emotions, we feel it on a cellular level, like every single cell in our body. And this is how that laws of attraction start coming in. And then you start attracting your goals. You start attracting your dreams. So this is like super important to implement in your daily life. And I also in my private practice, in my programs, I teach women how to tune into their intuition. This is like tuning into your superpower. Like I don't make a decision without checking my intuition. I will, feel in first. And if it feels good, then I'll do it. If I don't, then I don't do it. And I'm telling you, this has saved me like many headaches. I remembered I was offered an opportunity to speak somewhere and it was a couple hours away, and I kind of tuned in and I was like, no, I'm not feeling it at all. And I'm like, wow, like why? This would be a great opportunity. It's like, in front of hundreds of people, of course I'm going to do it. And I kept tuning in. It was like, no. And I'm like, okay, I'm honoring my intuition. I'm like, I'm sorry, I won't be able to make it. And there ended up being a crazy snowstorm and it was canceled. I would have left early and I would have been driving and stuck in that snowstorm. So always check in with your intuition. It's super important. Okay, step number 5, inner child. Inner child. Everything we experience, when we go through life, good, bad, whatever, it affects us physically. We store those emotions on a physical level. Think about it for a second. Whether it's real or not real, it doesn't matter. Whatever we're feeling is real to us. So even if you're watching a movie and you're watching a scary movie, it's not real. It's actors, it's been a cast, it's a script. It's not real, but you are feeling the fear, right? You're feeling scared, like, oh God, don't jump out, don't jump out. Oh, they jumped out, right? Like we know it's not real, but it affects us physically. So understanding how your body's communicating, understanding what your body wants from you is super important. And I want to talk about healthy adult tantrums for a second. Now, anybody that has kids, anybody that has seen kids, we know what it's like to have, like, for them to have tantrums. So they, can I have this? No, you can't have this. So they feel the sadness, they feel the sense of injustice, and then they feel the anger. They're like, what do you mean I can't have this? Like, I want this. Come on, I want this. They're yelling, they're screaming. Maybe they're, their fists are clenched. Maybe they drop to the ground and they're kicking and screaming. They're using their voice, they're using their body, and then they'll get up. And a few minutes later, they're like, okay, mama, what's for dinner? And I'm like, whoa, give me a second to catch up to the energy that just went down, give me a second. But what is beautiful about that, when I can step back from my own emotions, what's beautiful about that is that they get that, they feel the sadness, they feel that sense of injustice, and then they get that out physically by yelling, by clenching their fists, by maybe stomping, dropping to the ground, whatever they're doing, they're getting that energy. So they feel that energy physically, and then they get it out with that same amount of force. So if it hit them at a 7 out of 10, they get it out at a 7 out of 10. And it's really important for us to learn how to do that in a healthy way, because what do? Somebody cancels on us when we're really looking forward to it. Maybe somebody cuts us off, or we just heard some really, negative news, or they just put us in another lockdown, and then we're like, oh, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll just get through it, and we don't allow ourselves to feel the sadness or to feel the anger, or we're like, let me just try and be positive. I'm just going to see the highlights in this, and I'm just going to focus on that, and that's all I'm going to do. And we're not even allowing ourselves to feel the sadness, to feel the sense of injustice, or even to feel the anger. And it's really important to get that in a healthy way. So I teach my clients through my programs and my private coaching to get that out in a healthy way. Also, connecting to your inner child is so powerful, because when you think of a child, they're not worrying about money. They're not worrying about what bills need to get paid. They are having fun. They're excited. They're full of wonder, full of faith, full of creativity, always celebrating. Like, my daughter reached the top shelf the other day, and she was screaming like as she just won the lottery. I came in and I was like, what? She's like, Mama, I can reach the top drawer now. I was like, oh my goodness, that's amazing. But I was thinking, how can I react like that? How can I bring that energy, into my life on a daily basis as well? So creating more fun, creating more celebration, not just on birthday, anniversaries, and so on, right? How can we bring more fun into our daily life? And then this final step, I guess you could say, is the Health Shiro piece. And this is where you're actually like putting all these tools together. This is where, when you're feeling stressed out, how can you actually implement these 5 steps system and avoid being burnt out? So how can we manage stress and avoid being burnout? And remember, your number one job in life is to start feeling good. And as we start feeling good, this is where we start have more motivation, more inspiration, more creativity. And then we start dreaming again, and we have faith in our dreams. So this is the time to start creating your dream life when you are feeling good. So you think, okay, I want to do this. I want to do this, Charlotte, but how? How do I do all this? So I would love to show you this 5-step system and how you can start feeling healthier, happier, more successful personally and professionally. But most important, as you step into your power to become your own Health Shiro, you start inspiring your loved ones to do the same. So you've got a couple of options. You can definitely try and do this and learn this on your own without a plan, and then run the risk of being in the same place this time next year. Or you 100% commit to making yourself a priority and let me help you through this proven 5-step system. So I offer a Fed Up to Fired Up program. This is a 6-month holistic program, and this is the only holistic program, online program of its kind. It shows you exactly what you need to do to manage your daily stress and avoid burnout for good, so you can start feeling excited about your life again. And you have the tools, you'll have everything that you're going to be learning in this program. You're going to have the tools that you can pull out whenever you're feeling stressed out, whenever you're feeling burnt out. You'll have these tools, and then you can start creating and attracting the life that you want. So what you can expect in this program is when you'll gain a deeper awareness of what you want, so you stop attracting what you don't want. When we focus on what we don't want, we start attracting more of that into our lives. And we're going to learn how to eliminate daily stress and avoid burnout for good, so you can stop having a negative impact, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. You're going to learn how to reclaim your power so other people's opinions or behaviors or whatever stop affecting you. And then you're going to learn what to eat and what to avoid to take your health to the next level. And you're going to learn how to manage your hurt or your anger, or even past wounds or present wounds, so you can stop taking it out on your loved ones and then feeling guilty about it afterwards. And we want you to learn how you can increase your energy so you can use those natural gifts, so you can be more, so you can do more, so you can help more, so you can be of service more to your family, to your loved ones, to your career, whatever it is that you want. So in this program, it's a 6-month program, and there's 1 module per month. So the first module, again, is all about self-care, learning how stress and burnout is affecting you personally. And then we're going to be diving into relationships, talking about, what you actually want, how to have healthy boundaries, and then what alignment looks like, because alignment is your superpower. That's how you attract what you want. So we'll be diving into that. The second module is all about healing diet. We're going to be talking about stress and digestion, what to eat, what to avoid, intuitive eating, and then how to eat when you're like, how do you eat healthy when your schedule is like crazy busy, or you've got, tons of kids at home? How can you eat well? Talking about meal planning, and you're also going to get a meal plan as well with this. And then module 3 is all about healing environment, how to create that home sanctuary, how to feel safe, protected, calm, peaceful environment. How do you do that at home? How, what toxins can we start removing immediately at home? And how can you make the air cleaner? Because remember, it's 5 times more toxic than outdoor air. And then I'm going to go through and list some of my favorite things that you can start replacing some of your toxic, the most common or toxic products that we have at home. Module 4 is all about spiritual health. How do you protect your energy? How can you attract those goals and dreams with ease? And then how do you connect with your intuition? Module 5 is all about inner child. What is your body saying to you? What is it asking? What does it need from you? How can you have healthy tantrums that work for you? And then how can you create more fun into your life right now and learn to nurture your own inner child? What does that look like? And then module 6 is all about bringing this together. It's all about becoming your own health shiro in your daily life. So if you know that you're feeling stressed out, what are your steps you need to stop everything and start doing? And then how can you start creating the life of your dreams now? So if this feels like, yes, this is right, this is exactly what I'm looking for right now, then I reach out, go to healthshiro.com and book a free 45-minute coaching call. And in this call, we'll go through what are some things that are, stopping you, preventing you from achieving what you want. We're going to talk about exactly what you do want. I'm going to give you some tips, and then we'll see if this program is a right fit for you. And if you're a right fit for this program, and if you're not, and I know somebody else that's a better, that would be better suited for you, I will highly recommend somebody else. And if you book this call today, I'm going to be throwing in a bonus. So I'm going to allowing you to come into the private Facebook community that I personally support, that you can go in and ask any questions about health or happiness, and I'll be happy to help support you and your loved ones as well. And know that I implement these 5-step systems into my life every day. And I run a full-time health coaching practice. I'm currently taking 2 courses right now. I'm also actually 2 courses, and I'm taking I have a private coach as well. I'm homeschooling both kids right now. So know that this is all about progress over perfection. I am not perfect. My life is not perfect, but I follow this proven system, and I found much success in my personal life and in my professional life. And so can you, just by following this 5-step system. Bonus number 2, if you book this call today, healthshiros.com, book that free call. You're also going to get 12 live coaching groups, so 12 live Q&As if you register for this program. So this program is a self-led program, but if you make this call and you decide that this program is a good fit for you, then I'll also throw in 12 live group coaching calls. So it's 2 calls a month to make sure that you are well supported throughout this program. And I'm going to give another bonus away, you guys. If you book that call today at healthshiro.com, book your call, I'm also going to throw in 6 private coaching sessions. So you'll have 3 touches a month to make sure that you are learning all of the tools that you need to manage your daily stress, to avoid burnout for good, so you can start feeling good, feeling more energized. You can stop getting angry and then feeling guilty when you take it out on your loved ones. This is going to take your life and your health to the next level. So if you book your call today, you're going to get that private Facebook group. You're going to get the 12 live Q&As and the 6 private coaching sessions for free if this program is right for you. So if you book the call and during that call you decide that this program is good for you, then you will get all of these for free. Otherwise, this is a self-led program. So this is a huge, huge bonus. If you book the call today, you will get all of this if the program is right for you. Worst case scenario, you get some amazing personalized tips on this call, which will be amazing. And I just want to remind you, like, why you are here. The truth is, the longer you keep putting your needs off, the worse things get. It's like you're being buried alive and you just started at your ankles. And the longer you go, you feel a sense of hopelessness. And when the longer you go putting yourself off, your needs off, you feel frustrated, you feel overwhelmed, you feel unfulfilled. And this leads you thinking that there's something wrong with you, or there's something wrong with your life. And that is not true. There is nothing wrong with you. You just need the tools to take your health and your life and your happiness to the next level. And then a lot of times people think like, oh, why can't I just change? Why can't this be enough? Why can't I just be happy with what I have? You don't have to be happy with what you have. You just need to implement the tools that you will learn through this program to help take your health and your happiness to the next level. And you might be thinking like, oh gosh, I lay awake at night, just freaking out about my future, worrying about my future, worrying about my loved ones. And then you start to lose confidence in yourself, or you lose confidence in your dreams. And you're thinking like, oh, like we'll ever do enough, we'll ever be enough, we'll ever have enough to start feeling good. And I promise you, you're going to learn all the tools you need in this Fed Up to Fired Up program so you can start feeling good enough. And truly, the longer you take to put yourself first, the worse you feel. And then hope starts to fade away. And you're left thinking, is this life? Is this how I'm supposed to be feeling every day, just struggling to get through the day? Is this life that I'm just, supposed to be doing this for the next 20, 30 years, 40 years? Like, I don't want this, to be the case. Well, I want you to meet Jade. Jade and I started working together at the beginning of the pandemic, and she had gone through a miscarriage at 18 weeks. And because of that, she ended up leaving her job because she just didn't have a desire to work anymore. She was crushed. She was unmotivated. This was her very first pregnancy. And she felt like she had no purpose. She felt alone, depressed, sad. She said that she just only had enough energy to kind of walk to the couch and curl up on it and stay there. And her husband was worried about her and said, please try something different. And she reached out to me and we started working together. And after that 6-month, you can see at the bottom there, she felt more content. She felt that she was on the path that felt right. She felt more motivated, more happy. And for the first time in her life, she is an amazing artist, amazing artist. There's her Instagram handle there. Feel free to follow her. And she launched her very first one-of-a-kind show, which was amazing during a pandemic and made money from it. It was incredible. So she says, thank you, Charlotte, for helping me find my purpose, to forgive, to stay positive. You've changed my life. And she couldn't get off the couch before. So know that you're going to learn the tools that you need in this program to take your health and your life to the next level. But what stops many women is that they don't know where to start. So they feel overwhelmed. Like, I want to change this, this, and this, and this in my life. And I feel so overwhelmed, so I don't do anything. And then they think, okay, well, maybe I do just want to change this and this. But then they don't even know what actions they can actually take to start creating the change. But I promise you, as you learn this step-by-step plan, and that's personalized to you, you will start taking your health and your happiness to the next level. And, many women are like, no, I can't do this because I don't have time. It is, this program is delivered in a way that's not going to overwhelm you. It's one module per month. So, and the modules are very short and sweet, anywhere from 5 minutes to, 6 minutes, 5 minutes to 20 minutes a lesson. And there's 3 lessons per module. They're very short. There's no fluff. It's straight to the point. And then you've got loads of support. And as you're creating new small habits, or when you start working yourself, it doesn't take all day, every day to do. It starts with small, consistent changes that lead to huge results. Now, many women get caught in feeling guilty when they start investing in themselves, or when they start, I can't spend money on myself. So no, I don't want to do that, because they feel shame or they feel guilt. But if your life didn't change 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, how would you feel? What is the cost of not investing in yourself? What is the cost to your health, happiness, and relationship? And if you have kids, and if you are feeling down, if you're feeling anxious, if you're getting angry a lot, what is that not investing in yourself? What is that doing to your children as well? Who are they being like, who are they being raised by? What patterns are you teaching them? When you invest in yourself, you are naturally starting to invest in your children as well, because the happier, healthier you'll be, the happier, healthier children are going to be. You're naturally going to start inspiring your loved ones to do the same. I'd also like you to meet Denise Christie. Denise had talked to, you can see at the top there, dozens of health practitioners to try and alleviate the pain and inflammation in her body. And she was so overwhelmed by the amount of information out there. And she said that I was able to offer her practical, simple steps to help her nourish her body and bring it back to balance. And you can imagine, if you are in pain, if you've got inflammation all over your body, you're not able to move properly, imagine what that's doing to you mentally. Imagine what it's doing emotionally, to your relationships, to your career. So when she was able to nourish her body and bring it back to balance, imagine what that did to all areas of her life through that simple step-by-step system. I also want to introduce you to Andrea. Andrea is a retired fire captain. She was the first fire captain in her area, and she actually called me from the hospital. And she was that ill. She was being admitted to the hospital, and she describes here at the doorstep of surgery, like having major, major surgery. And she knew she needed something, and she reached out and called me, and we started working together. And she was, blown away. And you can see in the second paragraph, she had spent thousands of dollars on therapists over the past 30 years. And she said, nobody compares to Charlotte, through this program. And what's amazing about Andrea is that you can see in the third paragraph there, she's like, thank you, Charlotte, for your guidance, your love, support. I'm honored that you've been such an important piece of my journey. It wasn't only the defined sessions. Charlotte made herself available whenever I stumbled. She cares about her clients and their progress. She's tough when she needs to be, and she kept me accountable. I'm forever changed because of you, my friend. And she said, thank you for giving me my power back. This is somebody that was on the footsteps of surgery, like major, major surgery, and she was able to avoid that after working through this program. Remember, I was saying you store those emotions on a physical level. She was able to tune into her body and release what she needed to release, and use those tools. So she, feels better than she did after 30 years of trying to talk to therapists, which is so, so powerful. So are you ready? Are you ready to take your health or your life to the next level? Then reach out, go to healthshiro.com and book your free 45-minute coaching call to see if we're a good fit for each other. So thank you so much for watching. I am so grateful that you are here. And if you would like to secure those bonuses, feel free to go to healthshiro.com now. And if this program is right for you, then you're going to get access to all of those bonuses. The private Facebook group where I personally answer, not my assistant, I personally answer that. The live Q&As and the private coaching is all included if you book that call. And again, at the time of the call, we'll walk through what exactly you want, and then we'll come up with, say, like, what are some of the challenges that could be stopping you, preventing you from achieving what you want, and maybe we'll talk about what's some of the hidden challenges that you might not be seeing, and we'll come up with a step-by-step plan, and we'll see if this program is a good fit for you. And then from there, you can also join the Fed Up to Fired Up tribe on Facebook. And then if this program is good for you, we'll get you signed up, and then you can start getting ready to take your health and your life to the next level and then start inspiring your kids. And this is like the best part. The true miracle, the best part of becoming your own health shiro is that you naturally start inspiring your loved ones to do the same. So thank you so, so much. I am so grateful to being part of this amazing group. And thank you so much. Please feel free to reach out. If you have any questions, go to healthshiro.com. I've got some freebies on there too, so feel free to download those freebies. And I hope you book your call today. Let's get your journey started. Okay, thank you so much. Have a great day.